The purpose of our press conference is to bring new information to you. We want to start with offering, once again, our deepest condolences to the family of the student who was killed in this case, Lieutenant Richard Wilbur Collins III, who was due to graduate from Bowie State University this coming Tuesday. He had just been commissioned as a lieutenant in the United States Army just this past Thursday. As you know, we held a press conference about 9 hours after this tragedy occurred. And from that we gleaned the details as we know them. We have no doubt that Sean Urbanski, with a knife, stabbed Richard Wilbur Collins and killed him. We know that to be a fact. The question is, well, why did that happen? We know through our investigation that we have pieced together from witness statements that Sean Urbanski, as he approached the victim and two of the victim's friends, made a few comments. He was yelling, in fact, perhaps screaming is one description. And then he said to the victim, step left if you know what's good for you. The victim looked at him, puzzled with the other friends of his, and said no. It was then that Sean Urbanski stabbed the victim in his chest, causing him to fall backwards, and his two friends came to his aid. Our officers arrived on the scene, performed CPR, and as we know, so did medics, and ultimately he was taken to Prince George's County Shock Trauma, where he was declared dead. We've come upon information from the internet that Sean Urbanski is a member of a group on Facebook and perhaps even other places that we are looking at. And the name of the group is Alt-Reich, ALT-REICH. When I looked at the information that's contained on that website, suffice it to say that it's despicable. It shows extreme bias against women, Latinos, members of the Jewish faith, and especially African Americans. Which brings up questions as to the motive in this case. Knowing that we will continue to look for digital evidence, among other items of evidentiary value, I called upon our close relationship with the FBI and my friend, Gordon Johnson. I called and asked for help, specifically with regard to their digital forensics and their ability to scan for items of evidentiary value and to capture it that could shed light on this case. Secondly, with regard to bias and hate as a motive in this case, for their expertise in working with us to determine that, so that we can then present our findings to the state's attorney for Prince George's County, who will prosecute this case. We are using all the resources that we have available, from Prince George's County, who processed the crime scene for us, to the FBI, to all of our detectives, not only to work on this case and to bring justice, but also to combat fear. Our students are afraid, and believe me, I understand that. I have a son who's a graduate, not only of this university, but my youngest, I hope, will be on this campus next year. Our children come here too. We understand fear, and as a father, believe me, I understand what it's like to be concerned about the welfare of my children. We have extra patrols in place. We are using our wigwags on top of the cars, so there's no question will be recognized as the police. When it comes to combating fear, there is no better antidote or support than seeing a uniformed officer, a member of our student police aid auxiliaries, or one of our safety ambassadors. Prince George's County is also adding resources here in the city of College Park and the surrounding community where many of our students live. And they'll be patrolling accordingly. So it's a united front from federal, certainly local, and county to ensure the protection and safety of our students. It's now my honor to introduce a very good friend, someone I've known for a long time, who is a professional in every sense of the word. I'm very thankful that the FBI assigned him as the special agent in charge here in the Maryland-Delaware Division. Someone that I called today on his cell phone, and yes, on a Sunday, he answered immediately. The response was, "How can I help?" I explained in detail the circumstances beyond what he already knew of what occurred on our campus. With that, Special Agent Gordon Johnson said, "Count us in." His agents have already been in touch with our detectives, and they're partnering up on this case, keeping in mind that this is a UMPD case. This is our case, we're the lead agency. However, we've asked for assistance and support, and there's no better ally when it comes to that than the Prince George's County Police Department and the FBI. Gordon?
Good evening. Again, my name is Gordon Johnson, and I am the Special Agent in charge of the FBI's Baltimore Field Office. Today, I'm here with a heavy heart to express my deepest condolences and sympathies to the family of Second Lieutenant Richard Collins III. We can't forget that this is all about him and his loss and his family's loss. This is a terribly, terribly dark time for that family, and we all have to remember that. My heart goes out to them right now for their loss. We should never forget that Lieutenant Collins was someone who raised his right hand to support and defend the Constitution of the United States as an officer in the United States Army. That means he was one who vowed to support and defend and protect all of us. We should never forget that. It is a tragic loss to see our national treasure in the form of Lieutenant Collins taken away from us in this manner. This discussion today and everything we do from here forward is about justice for Lieutenant Collins. With that, Chief Mitchell called me earlier today and asked if the FBI would help provide technical assistance to this homicide investigation, and we agreed to do so. And right now, I know the Chief mentioned the forensics aspect of it. I'm not sure exactly what form all of our assistants will be in, but we're in this to help the Chief and help the University of Maryland Police Department with their homicide investigation in any way that we can. So we're committed to do that, and we're going to going forward. With respect to the hate crime aspect, I think it's important that I mention this. So it's not uncommon for the FBI to become a part of an investigation or to have interaction with this type of an investigation early on, because making a determination of motive, especially if it's a crime based on hate, it's something that has to be done with the totality of the circumstances. So for us, we're going to evaluate that now and start looking at that as the investigation proceeds, but we will wait and to make a final determination when the homicide investigation is completed, and we'll look at all the evidence in totality and make a final determination. But we are here to evaluate that as an ongoing concern with respect to whether or not this was a hate crime. Again, Chief and the University of Maryland Police Department, they're the lead agency. We're here to support them as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Gordon.